Hey, Mike, appreciate you taking the time here. I think the first one I just want to ask about it's like your vision of Connor Fields and like just what's changed in his game in the past 3, 4 games where like he's looking like a different guy.
I think the confidence is there to tell you the truth. Like he was, and he's healthy. He was a little nicked up early part there, and again, we're in the middle of a stretch of 10 weeks in a row, 10 games in a row, and never mind what he
Yeah.
did through training camp, right? So it's just, yeah, he was a little nicked up and got some confirmation that he's good. And the confidence from there has just kind of increased. And again, he's hitting his shots. Again, he's still finding the open guys. He's just doing a lot of good stuff for us. And I think the biggest thing for him is the ball is dropping, and he's playing off that confidence with it.
Do you think that win over Philly kind of brings back the mentality of like, hey, we've got a top end team, we can beat the best teams in the league again?
Yeah, and again, we've always had that. We've just been on the wrong side of it. Like, 0.1 second in the 1 week, and then
Yeah.
2.5 seconds in the week up following, right? So, like, we're 2.5 seconds away from having a much better record, and we're not having this conversation about, like we're just not having the same conversation, right? Our record would be so much different. But yeah, we believe that we can keep up with the big boys and the best boys. And again, there's Buffalo, and there's a whole bunch of us in the middle, and we believe we're in the middle, and we're going to grind, and we're just going to compete.
What about Rylan Hartley? Like what just gave you the hunch or is it just your ultimate faith in him to be like, all right, he's healthy, he's our guy, he's going in Philly.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where he's been pushing to get himself healthy, and it was one of those ones where we're just kind of looking at it like, all things equal, he might have been our starter at the start of the year. And you know what? And Hachi has given us great opportunity all through the year up to that point. So it was nothing against Hachi. It was just more so like maybe let's get a little bit something different. And again, that was week 10 or week 17, including training camp of grinding, right? And we just needed a little bit of a spark basically at the end of the day. And it hurts when he's healthy, when he's not healthy, when Hart's himself, let me say it this way, Hart's himself is a character. He's a guy that guys gravitate to. And he was in a bit of a zone. And yeah, when guys kind of see that, they kind of follow suit sometimes. So it was a bit of a hunch, and it was a bit of a hope. And yeah, and he was a bit rusty, and I know he's going to say he wanted a few of those ones back. But it was good to get the first one under his belt, and we'll kind of go from there.
He's a spark plug though. Eh? Like does he lead the group a little bit? Like he's a pretty vocal guy.
Yeah, he's vocal. He's the comedic relief in the room, and he does bring that room together. Is just he brings a very positive energy, a very loud energy, and he's a goofball at the end of the day as well. And like I say, it's a fun room to be around when he's himself. Game days, different story. Don't go near him; he'll punch you in the face.
Okay, I get two more guys I just want to ask about. One's Curtis Knight again, former Rush guy. Like, what's his veteran presence been like? And like, does it take a little bit of weight off your shoulders when you got a guy who's seen so much in the league?
Yeah, 100%. And again, Nider is Mr. Consistency. He just does everything well. Uh, he's responsible. He keeps the flow going in the offensive zone. And again, I said he's responsible, making sure that we're not getting run on. He does everything well on and off the floor. And to have that, to have that side, and a guy that we can continually since day one point to and says, hey, if we can get a bunch of guys that sort of think and play the way he does, we'll be good.
How about Sisselberger, face-off guy there? Like, did you know him at all before? What's his, what's he been like in the room and just his impact, obviously.
Yeah, no, never knew Mike. Never had a conversation with him before the week we signed him, and yeah, he's an intense young man, and very confident young man. And he's been chomping at the bit, I think, there for a little while. And again, he himself had to get himself healthy, and once he was healthy, gave us that call at the perfect time and said, I want to play. And he's been very impactful, obviously, for us. We had some good weeks early in the year where, we're competing at 50% off the faceoffs, but he came in and, just gave us flow in the offensive zone, and it allowed our D guys to rest a bit more. And it's been good. It's been really positive.
Oh, okay, I lied. I got one more.
Yeah.
Friday night, you guys obviously get to Sask. Like, are you watching the game against Calgary as a team? Like, do you guys get plans for that, or is it kind of just you let the guys do what they want?
A little bit of both. We got a couple flights coming in on Friday night as well, so not everybody's going to be in on time to watch the game. But yeah, no, us as a staff, 100% are going to be watching it.
Yeah.
And I would imagine there'll be a few of us. Yeah, the group that is in there, I think there's about 15 of us coming early. Yeah, more than likely, we'll all be together watching it. Why not? We're there. Let's see what they're doing.
Love it. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Cody.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good there, Sam. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good. Um, we talked a little bit about before the Philly game about how it was going to be for you guys to have this break. Now the break's over with. You're getting back into a stretch where you're going to play a bunch of games in a row again before you're going to break. How did it go? Did it come at the right time? You have to practice this week. How did that go for you guys?
Yeah, no, it definitely came at the good time. And again, coming off a win in Philly for our first win there, and the way we kind of did it it was perfect timing. And yeah, guys got to do what they needed to do at home. Kiss the wife, kiss the babies, do whatever they needed to do, and yeah, then Tuesday was a good practice. That's the one thing you kind of get out of routine a little bit when you are away. But Tuesday allowed us to get up and down the floor, shake off what little rust we had, and yeah, we'll be prepared to give it our best on Saturday.
No, as you're talking about everyone's coming in Friday, traveling. They're playing Friday.
Mhm.
We don't the Nighthawks don't have any weeks at all where you're playing 2 game weekends, and you're facing a couple teams. In fact, over the next few weeks, that are playing 2 games in the weekend, and you're the second game of the weekend. How do you handle that? Is it an advantage? Do you think in your mind, especially if you're traveling like that?
It's one of I'm not sure if it's an advantage because I find when you've played the night before, you're already in that mindset. Your sticks are smooth. You've just gone through the process. You just battled through a game. Sure, your body may be a little bit tighter, a little bit sore, but guys are ready to do that. I think it's a battle of attrition for that team, and that's the one thing we did talk about. Just the way Saskatchewan plays, they play so high intensity. They spread the floor. They put a lot of pressure on, and they run tremendously. So it's going to be a battle of attrition and who can play their game, I think, the longest at the end of the day here on Saturday night for us because they're going to still play that same way. They're going to come out and they're going to put pressure on our guys, make us want to play faster. And if we can, like I say, if we can be smart and handle that pressure and just continually push back, I like our chances and again, to keep it close and see what happens in the fourth quarter.
Last question I have. You talked a little bit about Rylan earlier, but what were your thoughts about his first game getting back into action again? And it was kind of something that I know you kind of were probably looking towards it, but I mean it was kind of a last minute type of thing. And how do you feel it went for him in his first game?
Yeah, you know what? Again, he was hearts. He was Ryan. There was a couple points where I'm going, okay, man, like just stand still and stop running around and jumping up and down and doing Hartley things. But that's the way he plays. He plays with a lot of emotion, with a lot of intensity. And it was good to see him get back in the net there. And again, because he's battled, it was an injury that we didn't think was going to last this long, and he's battled to get himself prepared and ready. And we made sure he was ready and he was prepared. And again, a little bit of rest. Knocks a little bit more off Tuesday, and I know he'll be better for us this weekend.
Thanks, Coach. Always appreciate it.
No problem, Sam. Thank you.
Ripper, go ahead. Hey, Hazer.
Ripper, how you doing, bud?
Good. I guess my only question is Graydon Hogg. Obviously, he's come in and given you guys a spark on that left side of the offense. What have you really liked about his game over the past several games? He seems to get better and better.
Yeah, no, he's definitely getting more comfortable, getting a little more confidence as well. And he's brought a ton of energy. And again, he's got a nose for the net as well, where again, he's learning the responsibility side of it, because when you play with Fieldsy, you play with T Mac. Those are high end offensive guys that drive to the net more often than not. So we need somebody to sort of have that responsibility, and he's learning that. He's developing that part in his game, and that for me as a defensive guy and not wanting to see those transition goals against, he's doing a good job. And again, as I said, he's playing with confidence. And he's getting better, as you said. Every time he steps on the floor, he adds something to the toolbox, and he's playing well.
That's all I have.
Awesome. Thanks, Brett.
Hey, Coach Adam Levy here. How you doing?
Good there, Adam. How are you?
Good. I don't know if anyone has asked about this. Yes, I came onto the call a little bit late. There was the moment in the Philly game where Hartley cramped up a little bit and needed some assistance. Was that just a cramp, or is that something that you guys examined post game and are looking at?
Yeah, no, that was just a cramp, and some pickle juice helped that out, I guess, at the end of the day there. So yeah, no,
Nice.
he just cramped himself up.
So that's the secret pickle juice for a cramp?
Apparently, yeah. He took a big swig of it on the bench when it came off at the TV timeout there. So yeah, apparently.
Unbelievable. Okay. Good to know. And then also you had mentioned that this is going to be a war of attrition, and obviously Saskatchewan has been playing very physical defense all season long. They're known to run up and down the floor. You've had Connor Fields and Ryan Smith had some success against this team in the past. They obviously know that they need to clamp down on them a little bit more. When you look at the potential of who could step up if they decide to crack down on those two guys, who do you expect to kind of shoulder some of that offense if needed?
You know what? T-Mac will be one on that left side, and again, Graydon as well on that side. Again, I'm just going to say it's going to be by committee. Lanch has been playing very well for us as well. And again, he can handle that ball, and if they're going to shut Smitty off, then you know what? KW in the middle of the floor, Lanch will find him. Niter, again, just Mr. Consistency. He's going to get his couple as well. So, and then we're going to put a little bit of pressure on them from the back end. I think our transition game is, has gotten some success in the last handful of games for us as well. And we're just going to continue to push on that and rely on that as well. So again, by committee, it's the way we want to play. It's, you're going to lock off one of the, like I say, key on those guys. And again, they get keyed on every week. Well, the other guys just got to step up.
And then just finally for you, I know you've talked about Hutchcraft, and we've done that for a few weeks, and obviously Hartley, and there's a difference in their styles. From a coach's perspective, and kind of just getting kind of into the weeds a little bit, what are the benefits and maybe the pitfalls of the differences of the two styles of play, maybe the more athletic style and maybe the more angle style?
Yeah, no, like I said, I think the biggest difference is shot selection and what we got to do to defensively as well. With Hutchie, he gets himself square, and he plays a lot of angles, and it's up to the defenseman to make sure that we're in the proper lanes and giving up the shots we want. With Hartley, again, he's just so quick and he's so athletic. It's getting out on hands, and again, just sort of disrupting, so it's not such a clean look to shoot. And if we give them that opportunity, more often than not, we expect Harts, to react to the shooter and react to the shot, and again get his body in the way of it, right? So, like I say, it's. I am personally, how do I want to phrase this? I don't know. They just complement each other well, though, because they're different. So, and again, the way Hutchie's played for us, like, we have all the confidence in the world. If Harts is going to falter here, there's no question that we know Hutchie's going to step in and just be different, but do the job we need him to do, and vice versa. The two of them are pretty good friends off the floor. They're competitors. They both want to play, but they're pushing each other to make sure they're better, and it makes our group in front of them much better as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
Anyone else? Awesome. Thanks, Hazer, and everyone else for your time. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.